Just a quick update on the C2 with the blown 427 Conley engine. Today I had a little time because I was printing on some parts, printing new parts. This one just finished, literally. Printing some parts for the cars I'm building down here. My personal car doesn't get a lot of time, this one, because it is behind the other cars. But I had a little time today, so I went ahead and did a little, here and there, did some things to it. And I'll continue once I get these other ones out of the way. I've got this tape measure here, and that's because I wanted to answer a couple of questions. Folks made a comment that they don't believe it's quarter scale, obviously too small, and how I came to that conclusion. Well, I just went by the numbers. The C2 has a wheelbase of 98 inches. 1/4 of that is 24.5 inches. If you look here, you'll see a wheelbase 24.5 inches. Do that to the rest of the dimensions, and you've got a quarter scale car. Simple as that. That's all it is to it. A small car, an actual car, it's a small quarter scale car as well. The other thing I wanted to address, I see a lot of comments about questions and comments about people seeing these V8 engines and not seeing them run very hard or put through their paces, and seeing them maybe only on test stands or mostly on test stands and not put into a car and run hard. And I get that. I've seen that. I've done that. Just put them on test stands and run them. It's one reason I actually built this car, is to put them in a car to see how, what it would do. And I want to do it in a scale car. So a really scale car. And so that's why I did this with all the detail. I made only a certain number of them, put a lot of tweaks in it, a lot of goodies, because I wanted it to be kind of collectible too. And I wanted it to be art. For me, I enjoyed building them, and I look at them as art. So I just appreciate it, not necessarily running it hard or running it at all. I don't have to enjoy it. The red car, I was asked by a gentleman named Andrew yesterday if I plan on putting it through its paces. The answer is no, and here's why. I told him in the email. It's because these original Conley engines aren't made anymore, and neither are the parts. And for me, I want to keep those engines original. I don't want to substitute parts in and out from another manufacturer. So those cars, my cars with the original Conley engines, won't be run hard. They'll just be run a little bit, gassed up and revved up, but not run real hard. On the other end though, the other side of that coin is, that is not a reason to not run this thing though. This engine is made by Gary Omers out of Australia. It's being made right now. He has plenty of spare parts. And I'm taking one of these engines, dropping it into this chassis with this rear end, because I can set some gear ratios up for quick running, and I can set it up to see how fast it'll go top in. And I'm gonna find out just how much, number one, how much of a beating this engine will take, and I'll see just what kind of performance it'll give. And this thing's pretty heavy, right? This car, it's pretty heavy. It's aluminum frame and all that, but still got some heft to it. But these engines have a little bit of power to them, so I'm looking forward to seeing just what I can get it to do. And I'm not looking to blow it up, but I'm certainly not going to pamper it. I'm going to run the dog snot out of this, and I promise you that. Believe me, I really am going to do it. I'm not just trying to bait you here. I'm going to set it up, different nitro percentages, and just see what it'll do. And if I can lighten the load, I will, but I don't think I really can. With the way this car is, I'm just not going to paint it. I'll stick one of these bodies, a 63 or a 67 on it. I'll just slide it into the rails here. I don't have to worry about fixing it up with the dash. Yeah, that doesn't add that much weight. I won't do any of that to it. Won't paint it, because I'm not going to put that effort into it in case I do happen to mess it up. It's RC, right? You never knew what's going to happen. I'm just going to put it on there and run it. As soon as the weather drops from umpteen negative degrees here in Minnesota, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to ask you to stay tuned. I will update you. I will be doing that, and I'm looking forward to seeing just what this will do, and just bash one of these cars. Not that one, but one of these right here. Thanks much. Take care.